Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Divinity Original Sin 2 playthrough. At the moment, we are back in town. We came here to rest, recoup, sell some goods, and try to turn in a quest. I decided we were going to identify magical items, so I turned myself into an elf with the magic hat of the, whatever Fane's hat is called. Mask of the Shapeshifter. So we've turned ourselves into an elf in order to get Lore Master so we could identify our items. And since I'm here, I'm wondering about imbibing that leg of that traitor we found out there in the woods. See if we're going to gain any insight about what might have happened. And then again, maybe I should have been out in those woods with a freaking spirit vision, because I'm always talking about it and never using it. But we're gonna consume this real quick and see what we get out of it. And I don't know if it's gonna change the outcome of this quest at all, but we're gonna find out.
He was killed quite mercilessly by a young companion, a trader. The young man wanted to seize his business.
So it is indeed give us some information about the quest. He was murdered by his partner. And now we know. So when we walk in to the into that tavern, we are going to be confronting him, not rewarding him. Oh, good job. Oh, I'm so sorry. Your companion was killed. Oh, boo-hoo, you know. He's not going to get that talk. I don't think that any of these hats really do much for us other than armor, so we'll take the best armor for now unless we want searing daggers. I wouldn't be too bad for Japic. Another ranged option, but we can't see our hat, which is fine by me. So let's go confront this douche who murdered his partner and sent us out to the woods to try and identify what happened to him. This one right here, this boy. Garvin.
So, what's the word?
Found his cargo, handed the crate. Oh, we don't care? If we don't have any new combat or new talking options, maybe now's not the time. Hush, hush, hush. You guys are noisy. Okay. I am going to head back out to the site of the ambush and see if we can find a ghost. So I'm going to cut for now, unless anything interesting happens on the way. I did destroy the noxious bulbs on my way here. 5 barrel. Okay, we're not seeing any visions here. Let's go down and see if we find anybody down here where the body actually was. Oh, just a blood stain. There's a ghost. Traitor Liam.
Puss-crusted rat, cack-sniffing whelp. Where you hiding, Daddy's boy? Where you hiding?
The spirit notices his eviscerated corpse, caked in dirt and laced with maggots, and lets out a spine-curling howl.
At the hands of his apprentice, is Garvin the culprit?
You tasted my flesh?
Oops. No, I didn't do that.
He eyes the heap piled with his rotting hands, eyes, heart. An iridescent tear rolls down his cheek.
Garvin! I want his head in my hands. I want his head in the dirt, sticky with worms, picked to the bones by buzzards. Bring it to me! Bring it to me! Head of the dog, Garvin! Garvin!
Yeah,
Swallowed like
why?
green milk, like a stinking egg. His hands were bigger than his head. He wanted and wanted but didn't know enough. Never enough. He'll got the business. Same as he did me. Rat. Pig. Dog.
It's not revenge. It's justice, really. I mean, he's a murderer. We're gonna let him roam free, saying, "Oh, boo-hoo, my poor partner." No, I don't think so.
Find him. Feel his heart. Squeeze it dry. Squeeze it dead. Bring the head. Bring the head.
Oh, the only question is, are we going to be able to remove him from the inn without starting a fight with the whole town? I don't know. We're going to walk back, and I will see you in a minute. Alright, let's find out if our combat options have changed. Our combat, I keep saying that. If our conversation options have changed.
So, what's the word? Ah, my poor mentor. Lost to the wilds, I regret to inform you. Take it from me. Avoid the open country around here. The Voidwoken are not to be trifled with.
He looks at you with his brow knitted, lips pursed, pain painted mask-like upon his face.
What a loathsome thing to say to one mourning the loss of his finest friend and mentor. Good day. Very good. Now, if there's nothing else...
Oh goodness! So I don't know how we're gonna get him out of the inn. Let's see if this at least finishes this quest.
Oh, my sweet. How I've missed you. Seems someone has taken liberties with your lock.
He eyes you with an arched eyebrow, then presses his cheek to the crate and croons.
Never mind. Here you are, safe and sound, where you belong. I thank you, but it seems someone has already thanked themselves by the state of this lock.
Oh, so because I opened it, mind you, I didn't take anything, but I opened it, he's not going to reward me.
Now, if you'll excuse us.
So I'm wondering if we're going to have an opportunity to... Oops, that's not what I want at all. Let's hit that button. That's the one I want. I don't know if I'll be able to take him out of this tavern or not without lighting the whole place up. What I'm thinking is... Beast might be able to teleport him willfully outside. But it may start a combat. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no, 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 no. Need him further away. There we go.
You won't be the first time.
Okay. Let's see here. We haven't dragged anybody else into this combat yet. There's a woman in that bathroom right there pooping her guts out when she's got a belly full of people. Oh, good. See if we can do this in one round, huh? I think if I'm not careful, I'm not sleeping anymore, so we better knock him on his butt. He spent his turn standing up. Japic, finish the job. Murdering somebody right in the middle of town. I'll take his grenade. And the grenade. Key. Read a book about a mushroom. But I guess we already know it. Money. Pumpkin soup I'll have. I'll take those things I didn't take before. And I will have his head. Yes, I will. There we go. Let's leave that body right there. I'm sure the Magisters won't mind finding one more body in the street after all. Now I'm curious. Do we have a new ghost? Nope, no ghost. Alright, see you back when we... Oh, who's that?
My head hurts.
See you guys when we get back to the back to the other traitor. Okay, here we go.
Where is his head? Where is his heart? Speak! Dead. Rot, take him. Buzzards use him for a latrine. His head. I want to look into his eyes. My boy is dead. My boy is dead. The snake.
He takes the head in his hands and gazes into its lifeless eyes. He tenderly strokes Garvin's head, and a sad smile crosses his lips.
May maggots bugger you for all time, my dear boy. You, get that map of yours on hand. I've got a little something for you. Garvin took nearly everything from me, but not nearly enough. I'll show you where to look. I feel the pull of the hall. It's my time at last.
I like that, 7,000 XP.
I hope I'll meet my boy again. Maybe I'll get to look him in the eye when I take his head from him again and again and again.
He's a little upset, I think. Choose our reward. Politis, blank water, or a water resistance potion. I don't remember what the Politis does. It's all to do with water, so maybe that one helps us brew a water potion. We'll take the raw material. Well, that was fun. I think I'm gonna scoot around and see if I can find any more dead people before I'm out of here. Okay, looks like there's a dwarf here in the middle of this dead encampment.
I should have expected nothing less. They wander across a tragedy, and how do they spend their time? Gawking at the dead like they're nothing more than a sack of cloth and flesh to be looted. Bloody parasite. Wait, can you see me? Elves, teeth. How'd you manage that?
The dwarf's eyes narrow, and he squares his shoulders. His hand seems to instinctively drop to his waist.
That a fact. And here I thought our darling Bishop Alexander was the only one. So God-woken are powerful, eh? Powerful enough to control mind? To force brothers to draw steel against each other?
Is that what happened here?
Grimly. After a long moment, he swallows and starts to speak.
We were doing some work round these parts. Smuggling, stealing, removing the odd witness. You know, bread and butter stuff.
Bread and
We
butter.
were sitting here, eating, drinking, telling tales. When some of the lads, Their eyes turn black as pitch. Next thing I know, my best mate's buried his dagger in my gut. And there's void woken everywhere you look. Them that didn't die were carried off to the cave. Might be I was the lucky one, lying there, bleeding out.
I'm not going to begrudge the guy life a crime. I like crime. Yeah, what happened?
Was the day I'd have to cut you just for asking. Don't suppose it makes much of a difference now. The cave was our base, where we wrecked, smuggled and stored the loot. The entrance is through the ruins over yonder. For all the good it'll do you. Might be swarming with void woken by now.
Okay, well, we'll avenge you, dude.
Kind words. But there ain't none that'll undo what we saw. Most we can hope for now is some peace in the Hall of Echoes.
Well then, I wish you luck in that regard. And I need another poke of the spirit vision. Okay, so we don't know the why of it. We know the how of it, or the... I guess that we know the how, but not the why? Is that more accurate? Wait. The spirit of the marksman.
What am I doing here? I thought I was in the cave.
The dwarf looks around in confusion, quietly talking to itself. It seems oblivious to you.
Yeah, I just saw him on the mini-map all of a sudden, but I couldn't see him standing in those bushes, though. And I am seeing things pop up. Here's somebody. Spirit of a
The
sorcerer.
spirit traces runes in the air. You recognize the gesture. It's the same one you perform when gifting others with your blessing. Your hand reaches through her. As you pull back, a shiver overtakes you and a cloud descends. You see through the woman's eyes. You feel the discomfort of a source collar as you tug at it. Then, a clatter and a shriek. A winged voidwoken has grasped you in its talons. It takes you to the air as you flail impotently. The voidwoken continues its journey for hours, perhaps days. You watch as familiar land and sea pass under you until the creature slows. The talons open, first air and wind, then a thud. Blackness. Light. You peer through the fog to see two dwarves, eyes as black as coals. They are dragging you through grass and stone. Perfect bait. The master will be pleased, drones one of them. The blessing fades. The spirit's hands are stilled. She looks to the sky, searching, then lowers her head and flashes the tiniest of smiles.
Oh, we can't talk to her again?
The silent spirit sways gently.
Okay. Don't think we looted this place very well. Okay, we got more summoners here.
Sorcerers. They brought in sorcerers? I can't remember. I can't remember why. I can't remember who.
The dwarf rocks back and forth, staring at nothing.
That can't have been real. Those monsters bursting out from the ground, it was just a dream. It had to be a dream.
So we got some serious denial going on around here. 30-minute mark. There's another 2 summoners. Oh, that's not gonna work.
No, this ain't right. I was on duty in the cave. I was on patrol and I was alive. This ain't right. None of this is right.
So they're all just confused about what they're doing here.
There was something in the ground. Back in the cave,
The dwarf bangs his palm against his head.
Damn it! I can't think. I can't remember.
So something happened in the cave where they burst out of the ground. We've got a live one, as it were.
The spirit of the dwarven battle mage gazes upon the mutilated body that once housed her. As you approach, she turns confused eyes on you. She stares uncomprehendingly at your outstretched hand, slowly raising a bewildered gaze to meet your eyes. She stares, and you feel yourself drawn into the mesmerizing source pools of her eyes. With a jolt, her life flashes before your eyes. You become her in her prime, battling a felled magister in a deserted clearing. Electricity crackles from your fingers as you advance upon the magister. The magister is part of something dark, something cruel, something that goes against the very fabric of your being. All bets are off. Merciless, you attack her with spell and blade. As her warm blood spurts to cover your face, you are sated. A satiety you would never speak of, a satiety that momentarily fills the emptiness within you. Wait, who are you? You can't remember. You are thrust out of the spirit's memories and back into your own sovereign mind. You see the spirit of the dwarven battle mage before you, eyes downcast now.
Well, she liked the fight. Okay, well, I'm not immediately seeing any more spirits. Let's see if we can pop up here real quick. Yep, there's another one up here.
The spirit looks out to sea, then to the fire roaring behind him, and whistles.
Ooh-wee! Pretty cunning of them, don't you think? Light the fire and draw 'em in.
This is what they meant when they were talking about wrecking ships. They light a fire to say this way is safe, and then they let them wreck upon the rocks. I get it. I don't have to ask the questions. Come on, Japic. Get with it, dude.
And an effective one, too. Lohar's dwarves light it, ship's captains follow it, and sploosh, the cargo spilled all over the rocks, ripe for picking. Saw a big un go down just the other day. Dare say those wreckers are drowning in contraband. No wonder Top Brass figured something was up. Lord Raymond sent me to check out the place. I caught wind of the fire and figured I should do something about it. Keep more ships from crashing on shore. I'm a magister, all right. Well, I was. But yeah, dwarf magisters are as rare as a three-eyed imp. But when you're hard up, well, sometimes you gotta make choices.
Consider
that's
putting it
mighty
out.
kind of you. Can't very well do it myself. Well, you probably guessed that. I'm thankful, friend. Blessings on your kin and your kin's kin.
Giving him a little closure. Well, let's see here. We had a silly little combat, finished a quest. Officially over a 30-minute mark. I know I'm going to be cutting some of this out, but we have a better picture of what's going on around here. So based on all the ghosts we've spoken with in the region, something came up out of the cave, come out of the ground at them, and then people, different ones got possessed. And first off, cool ass cave. But we found out that the Lohar and his boys were setting the bonfire up on the cliff to lure ships out here, and then they wrecked them and scavenged them. And yeah, I guess we're going to figure out what happens next. I think we might have some conversation or conflict with this statue in some form. See if I can maybe burn it to the ground if it's if it was helping these guys, then maybe maybe it needs to be dead because it was helping them, and it said it was giving them gifts from the void. So that's lovely. Anyway, Japic signing off. See you guys in the next episode. Ta-ta.